You're listening to She's the Business podcast.
Well, hello there. Now, if your business is slow growing or it's hard for you to find clients or find the right clients that are really bringing you the business at the level that you would like, i.e. profitable services, higher value stuff that really excites you and that you feel like you're giving your highest value to your clients. Well, if you're not getting that, then that is a really good sign that you haven't gone deep enough on your niche, because the niche is sort of like the key to the rest of your entire marketing strategy on how to attract clients. And it has a massive part to play even in your service offering, your pricing, how you're pitching it, where it is you're doing your marketing, what you're saying. Literally everything comes back to your niche and knowing your niche really, really well, getting super clear on it. It's not good enough to just have a customer avatar, which like most avatars I've seen out there, fall really, really short of what you really need to know. They're not specific, and often you're not specific because of that in your messaging. So that's why a niche is important. Today's episode is all about the 3 things that you need to have a well-defined niche. And I guarantee that you don't have all 3 unless you are already one of my clients and have been through my program. So stay tuned, because I'm sharing this with you today, and it's definitely a massive passion project area for me. I love talking about your niche and helping people really get the understanding of why. What it is, why do it, and how do you go deeper? How do you go deep enough? Well, stay tuned, because this episode is coming right up.
Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration.
Now, why is your niche so important? Why do so many people talk about you must know your niche, you must know your niche? Well, anybody who's been in business for any length of time, hopefully, if they're still in business, they've found out that when you're really, really clear on your niche, it makes your life a hang of a lot easier. It removes overthinking. It removes confusion. It stops you from having something that's not quite landing when you put your content out, when you've got your website. So the signs that you could look for to identify whether you maybe don't have your niche nailed already and you need to go deeper than what you've done already would be things like people might come to your website and leave. So you've got a high bounce rate, or you've got traffic on your website and nobody's converting. Or you get people booking discovery calls with you, sales calls, and then they don't buy. And you'll know, because if these people that you're talking to are quite different, if there's not a lot of synergy between them, you'll know that you're not clear on who it is that you work with, who it is that you are best suited to, who it is that you are out there for. Like, who does your business exist for? What is it that you're helping them to do? When you're not clear on those things, when you're like, well, I can help almost any business. Yes, of course you can, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be the best person to help every business. I do. Obviously, I've had a huge, long career in marketing, and every single business in the entire world needs marketing, right? You cannot have a business without marketing. So if I started from that place and that's as far as I went, well, my ideal customer would be any business. Now, if I go out there and try to market myself as that, you can imagine, well, how does anybody know that I'm the right person to help them? How do they know that I understand their business and what it is that they're trying to do and the idiosyncrasies of their industry, or how their clients like to buy? How could I possibly be the best person to help everyone and everyone? I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Who I'm best to help are those who I intimately understand, where I've either been in those shoes, I've got the exact same type of business, or I've worked in that industry. I understand it intimately. I really know what I'm talking about. I know what they're going through. I've experienced it so that I can best help them. And that is something a lot of people are not prepared to do. They're not prepared to narrow down the scope of the opportunity because they think that that will actually mean there's less opportunity or less clients or less chance of finding a client. What is very unintuitive is actually the dead opposite of that. When you're clear, it's much easier for the right people to identify you as the one who can help them. So when you narrow down your scope, you actually get more opportunities. You get more prospects, more clients, and they come to you. You don't have to go fishing for them. They can pick you out. They find you. They're seeking you out because guess what? Somebody has a need for what it is that you're doing right now. And the reason why they can't find you is if you're not being specific about what you do. So think about this. That's why it's so important, especially I'm talking to you guys as service-based businesses here. But, even with a product business, your product is not there for literally every single person, is it? It's probably designed for somebody with a specific need. So let's stop trying to be something for everybody because there is no one size fits all that everybody is like, great, one size fits all, that's perfect for me. No, it's like, oh, okay, is that the only way I can buy it as a one size fits all? Well, I'll have to settle for that. But if they've got a choice, they're going for the one that's custom made for them. We all are. That's what we do when we shop, right? We will all choose something that's custom made for us uniquely over something that's mass produced for just any old person because we're not sure that it's really the right fit for our needs. And it doesn't matter what that service or product is. We will always choose a customized version over the non-customized. Which is why in this world right now, and it's been moving, growing and changing so quickly over the last 10 years, right now there is an abundance of choice in almost every single niche, every service line, every possible service offering that people have. There is choice. You are not the only one and you're never going to be, and that's fine. You don't need to be because you get super clear on what your expertise is so that you're the obvious choice. You're the one that they choose because you're customized. You're the custom made version. You're not the one size fits all, the one that's from the $2 shop or the bargain bin or one of those stores where they're just going for a mass market cheap appeal. That's not you. If you want a really profitable and easy business where you're earning more money in less time, you want to be getting the customer who's selected you. Being hand selected. Yes, I want that. I want that one. And that's the kind of client you want because they are the right fit for you. They're going to have a great experience because they fit with your business. You've designed your business to suit them. It's that match made in heaven. And if you're not doing that right now and you're finding things a bit hard and it's not moving, you're not getting customers, maybe they're leaving, they're not having a great experience, any kind of issues around even how you're servicing the clients and what it's feeling like. If it's feeling hard, if it's not enjoyable, if you've got constant issues with clients, then that's a massive sign that you're not specialized enough. You're not leaning into your expertise, your specialization. You haven't designed your business to provide it in terms of the operations. You're trying to be something that suits lots of people. When you do that, you suit nobody. So that's why a niche is really important. And the way that I've discovered that when I teach it, when I coach my clients on the niche, is that we don't just stop with the level most people go to, which is the what. Most people kind of define what I do and they stop there. Some people haven't even defined that particularly well, but let's say the majority of people would have an idea what their kind of profession is. Now, when you add layers to this, when you have a layer of what it is that you do, you add a layer of who you want to work with the most, And you specify each of those actually down to who you most want to attract and for what exactly. So it's not about everybody who you might service or everybody who you might end up having as a client. Who do you want to walk through the door? Who's that really top one? When we layer those together and then we add on a layer of what your difference is, what makes you special? What's your special sauce? What is it that is your differentiator? You've got a 3-part strategy that comes together, and there's a sweet spot in the middle. That is your niche. Your niche is not something small. It's not a market. It's not just what you do. It's these 3 things combined together that creates absolute clarity, that creates demand and desire for you. Because guess what? When someone sees that you are exactly the person that helps their type of business with the problem they're experiencing right now, then that's so much more compelling than some general business who seems to just work with anybody and offers all of these things, and it's really hard to tell what it is that they really do well. I know from when I worked as the head of marketing and managing teams, and I was hiring suppliers all the time to support us with what we were doing. I'd say 90% of agencies that were pitching to me tried to be everything for me. They wanted to be the solution for all my problems. And I would sit in every single meeting and say, tell me what it is that you would win an award for. What is it that you do best? Because I'm not really interested in the stuff that you do mediocre. I'm not looking for mediocre. I'm looking for someone who really knows what they're doing, because I don't want to waste the time, the budget, the effort on working with someone who is trying to deliver something they don't really have the best skills for. And there's no shame in that. You don't have to be the absolute expert in everything. Ideally, you're not, because nobody can be. You want to get known for something. And if you're trying to be known for 10, 15 different things, well, that's really hard. How do you tell somebody what it is that you do? Are you going to reel off this big long list of things? No, you're not. You don't want to do that. You want to be really clear and succinct and have something that people get straight away and think, okay, I've got it. I know what she does. I know who she works with. And if you've got that extra piece, which is in my unique method, the why you, then they will even know why someone would want to work with you. What's going to make it different working with you than potentially somebody else who might be saying a similar thing of what they do or who they work with. You're unique, and there's no doubt about it. Your business is because of that. You and your people, your team, make you unique. No 2 humans are the same. So I have got this niche strategy that I teach, and I've actually put it in, it's normally in my coaching programs where clients will pay, up to 10 grand to work with me on a one-to-one basis. And this is usually a massive chunk of what we work on, the niche, because everything else stems from it. It becomes so much easier when you have it, when you've got that clarity and 100% who it is you're talking to. Just imagine how much easier it is to write any copy, to produce any content, to even, price and define your service offering. If you haven't got your niche in place, then how are you even creating a service? Like, who is it for? How are you pricing it? Are you pricing it based off what other people are charging in the market? Because there's always going to be a huge range of prices out there in the market. So how are you deciding what yours is? And, as soon as you're in a price competitive space, the only person that's losing is you. So I want you to really think about that. This is the game changer. It's the key that most people don't do because they don't know how to do it. And it can be hard. We peel back lots of layers to get into that, to get to the level of specificity that you need so that you're perceived as that authority, so that you can be credible and sell your service at the right price, at a premium price for, that's more than enough for the value that you're providing. Do you know what the number 1 challenge reported by the women joining my Facebook community, My Tribe, said that they were struggling with their marketing in 2021? And in fact, even in 2020 as well. And that was exactly how they should reach their ideal client. How do they even get in front of them in order to build their audience in the first place? That was it. And it wasn't a pick and mix. I didn't give them that answer. It was a free text question. So they could write in there anything they wanted at all. And the number of times that I saw somebody say, how to create awareness, how to get in front of my ideal client and build my audience. So many people just challenged by it. And why is that when there's such an abundance of ways that we can get in front of the ideal client? And I think it's probably that is exactly it. It's so overwhelming, isn't it? What should you do? What should you choose? What are the best ways? Whatever it is that you're doing right now might not be working. And I think it's a great time to sit back, reflect, and figure out what's the right way for you to do it. What are the ways that you're going to reach your prospective clients in 2022? So if that sounds like you, if that might have been what you wrote down in the questions on what is your biggest challenge with your marketing currently, then you're going to absolutely love the new freebie that I've just put together for you. It's called 12 Brilliant Ways to Reach Your Ideal Client. And in it, I share with you the 12, in my view, 12 top ways that you could use in your marketing plan this year to reach a bigger, broader audience in order to attract those ideal clients in to your inner circle, into your, really well-defined audience and become real leads for you. So if you'd like to get your hands on this brand new freebie, then all you need to do is go to jessicaosborne.com/12 ways. So it's 12 ways. Very easy. You can download it there. And this is a little bit of a great resource for your planning, for the planning of the new year. See what you're going to change up. What is it that you maybe haven't been doing that you could be doing? And what are those things that you've been doing and they're not very effective? And maybe you're going to drop them out of your plan this year. So please head over, grab the freebie. If you want the link, that it's in the show notes. And let's get you moving on up, having more success with your marketing in 2022.